President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi exchanged greeting cables with Arab and Muslim leaders on the occasion marking the new Hijri year. The President said the Hijri by Prophet Muhammad ﷺ forms a prominent turning point in the history of the Islamic nation and called on God that the new year brings peace and prosperity to Arab and Islamic countries, in which the aspiration of the peoples are realized. President al-Sisi also sent a greeting cable to the Egyptian expats on the occasion. Prime Minister Dr. Mustafa Madbouli stressed the keenness on following up details of logistic and other preparations of a climate conference COP27 in the Red Sea resort of Sharm el-Sheikh next November, which represents culmination of Egypt's efforts in climate work and boosting its role in that pivotal file. These came during Madbouli's press conference following a cabinet meeting in New Al Alamein city with Minister of Environment Yasmin Fuad and other concerned officials. At the meeting, Director of Mega Projects of Armed Forces Engineering Authority, Major General Ahmed Al-Azzazi, said there are 10 projects affiliated to the authority in Sharm el-Sheikh, among them eye identification, walkway, Bedouin houses. In addition, he said there is a coordination with the Ministry of Environment to hold an exhibition entitled Green Area on the sidelines of the conference to give opportunity for companies and NGOs to present their projects. The meeting also tackled a number of important files at political, economic and social levels, in addition to efforts of controlling markets, as well as the ongoing national projects and executive situation of Decent Life Initiative projects to develop Egyptian countryside. Minister of Defense of the Armed Forces Mohammad Zaki met on Thursday with a number of commanders and officers of the armed forces appointed to assume leadership positions in the armed forces. Lieutenant General Mohammad Zaki, Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces and Minister of Defense and Military Production, delivered a speech in which he conveyed greetings for President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi and congratulations to commanders and officers for assuming leadership positions at the various levels. This is considered a major responsibility placed on their shoulders to preserve the homeland stability and security. The meeting was in the presence of Lieutenant General Usama Askar, Chief of the Staff of the Armed Forces War, leaders of the main branches and number of senior leaders. The meeting comes within the framework of a series of periodic meetings implemented by the General Command of the Armed Forces to communicate with its fighters to unify concepts on a number of issues and topics related to the armed forces. The Armed Forces held a celebration on Thursday for receiving the College of Medicine and international recognition from the British General Medical Council (GMC), as it stated that the educational standards of the college comply with those of the United Kingdom. At the beginning of the ceremony, a documentary movie on the medical college activities and capabilities was displayed. Addressing the event, Director of the Armed Forces Medical College, General Khalid Shukri, conveyed greetings and appreciation from Minister of Defense and Military Production Mohammad Zaki, Chief of Staff Usama Askar, to the attendees. He stressed the armed forces' keenness on supporting the medical system to raise standards of medical treatment quality in accordance to the international standards in various medical specialties. The celebration included a presentation for stages and procedures of recognition and the final report of the GMC, as well as the delivery of certificates from the head of the international services at the UK General Medical Council to the college. The ceremony also witnessed the delivery of an honor shield from the medical college to the head of the GMC. In light of the Interior Ministry's efforts to combat all crimes, especially supply crimes in all their forms, the Police General Administration of Supply and Trade, in coordination with its geographical branches in the security directorates and the public security sector, managed during the last 48 hours to seize 25 tons of table salt from an unknown source in Alexandria. It also succeeded in seizing nearly 45 tons of foodstuff of unknown origin in two unlicensed warehouses in Giza with the purpose of selling them in the black market. The administration also seized about 85 tons of imported wheat of unknown origin in Giza governorates and nearly 3 tons of local wheat prohibited from being traded and are used in animal feed. and within the framework of the administration's efforts to confront the circulation of expired goods, it was able to seize nearly 99 tons of processed meat and poultry not suitable for human use during campaigns launched in the governorates of Luxor, Bahira, Cairo, Qalyubiyya and Munufiyya. The administration succeeded in seizing 10 tons of subsidized fertilizers that are prohibited from being traded outside agricultural associations. On another front, the Ministry of Interior uncovered a contracting and construction company that stole a number of signal boxes and semaphores. 4 suspects were arrested in Al-Sharqiyya who confessed they had sold the stolen items. And to details. Egypt's stock market indices collectively soared on Thursday, being bolstered by purchasing operations by Arab and foreign investors. The main EGX 30 index soared 0.88%. The small and medium EGX 70 index also soared 0.74%. The more expanded EGX 100 added 0.81%. The overall transactions and dealings within the session reached £840 million.